Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about a luxury handbag. So I'm trying to do a better job about actually paying attention to the repeat questions that I get asked, whether it's here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever it is. I really have started paying a lot more attention to the amount of questions that I get asked in specific categories. That is what made me think of starting this new series here on YouTube. We're gonna be talking handbags, which ones are worth the splurge and which ones you should save your money on. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about my 5 most asked about handbags, but I want to keep this series going. So down in the comments, I would love to know what next handbags would you like to talk about in the part 2, part 3, part 4. What upcoming bags would you like for me to talk about in the upcoming parts of this series? Keep in mind, it can be bags that I already own, or it can be bags that I do not own. Maybe there's a reason why I didn't buy that particular bag. So make sure to leave your handbag requests down below in the comments. I am gonna talk about 5 today, and like I said, these are the 5 most asked about handbags. I will let you kind of know my thoughts, pros, cons, and whether I think you should spend your money, whether they're worth the splurge, or save your money and buy something else. So let's go ahead and get started. This is basically the bag that kicked off the thought process of this series, because every single time I wear this bag on Instagram, I get asked if it is worth it. Even though I have made a ton of videos talking about this bag, how much I love it, how obsessed I am with it, I thought we would go ahead and get this one out of the way, talk about it first. Spoiler alert, if you're not new to my channel, you know how much I love this bag, so you know that I definitely think it is worth the splurge. I do, however, know this one is really, really difficult to get a hold of brand new, so I will link some pre-loved options down below. I find them pre-loved all the time in amazing condition, and sometimes you can save a few $100s, so why not save a little bit on luxury if you can. This one currently retails for just over $2,000, $2,050 to be exact. You can get it in a ton of different options. This is the classic monogram. It comes in reverse. It also comes in empreinte, which I love, and it's always available in like different seasonal prints as well now. It is a very, very popular silhouette for a very good reason. You do have 2 different ways to carry it. You do have the top handle, which I wouldn't necessarily say that's a way to carry it, but it is a good option to have, especially since your main way to carry it is this adjustable strap. Depending on what year you bought yours might have a different amount of holes in mine. I carry mine, as you can see, I switch it up. Sometimes I have it right smack dab in the middle, and sometimes I bring it up just a little bit higher, but it is adjustable. So whether you're short or tall, this one is gonna work for you because you do have the adjustability. Size-wise, it is, I would say, a little bit more of a downsized bag, but not a small bag per se, but I also wouldn't say it is a full-size handbag, but it can fit pretty much everything that you need. It's my current handbag, so you can see I've got some sunnies in there, my card holder, and my keys in there. It's a really, really good size, you guys. You can fit basically everything you need to get out the door. It's a great weekend bag. It's a great summer bag. It's honestly a great year-round bag. It's just a good everyday bag. It's really, really comfortable to carry, and style-wise, I just love the whole vibe of this bag. I cannot say enough good things about this bag. It really is just an amazing handbag. I'm glad I decided to buy it. It is totally worth all of the hype that everybody talks about. It is just a really, really beautiful, practical bag. My only cons about it, and that's just kind of finding cons about it, would be the hardware does get scratched up pretty easily. I don't tend to stress about things like natural wear and tear. That would be natural wear and tear. You can keep some plastic on it if you'd like. I don't know why. I'm not into that for some reason. I just kind of allow the bags to wear naturally and do their own things. I also don't treat any of my vachetta. That goes for all handbags, not just this one in particular. The other con for this is that the strap is pretty stiff. So depending on where you lay it down or set it, the strap kind of is big and bulky and kind of just might be in the way. So you kind of have to work with it. It will eventually start to mold to what you want. I kind of twist it just like that whenever I set it down on a table or set it out of the way. Otherwise, you got this long kind of stiffer strap. I will say the newer push-up Matisse, I have heard that the strap is not as stiff as mine. Keep in mind, mine is 4 or 5 years old. It is pretty old. I think I got it in 2016, so I've had it for quite a while. But even now, sometimes the strap does get in the way, but I just do this little twisty thing where I twist it and then I do that and I have no problem. So this one is definitely worth the splurge. If you can get your hands on it brand new, yay for you, that is amazing. But otherwise, I will link some pre-loved options down below. If you have any thoughts or opinions on this bag, definitely leave those down below so everybody can read those as well. This next handbag gets a ton of attention every single time I share this bag. I also get asked probably the most about this one when I wear it, if it's worth it, if it's worth the price tag, because it is definitely up there. And what I'm referring to is my Christian Dior saddlebag. So this is the large size. It does come in a mini version as well. It unfortunately retails for $3,800, and that does not include the guitar strap. This is gonna set you back another $1,000, just over $1,000 retail. So looking at what you're seeing here, this bag retails for $5,000. When I say that out loud, that definitely hurts my feelings just a little bit. There is so much that I really, really like about this bag, but I also have an entire list of cons as well. If you want a little bit more detail and want to see what fits inside, I also have a video on that, so make sure to check that one out too. Let's go ahead and dive into a few of the cons that I have in regards to this bag. So first up is the price. It is definitely a pricey one, and it is one of those handbags that it is difficult to determine if this price is really, really worth it. Size-wise, it is surprisingly small, even though it looks like a decent size bag. Once you open her up, the spacing on the inside is really, really small. It is more conducive for a date night bag or a bag where you really just want your bare essentials. I'm talking cell phone, maybe a card holder with your most used credit card and ID, a lip gloss, and maybe one more item. It really does not fit a lot at all. Also, in my opinion, I really do feel like this bag needs a guitar strap. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be the Dior one. You can find something fun and affordable. There's a ton of different guitar straps on the market these days. I can link some options down below for you guys, but I do feel like just that little touch of the guitar strap is almost a must for this bag. It almost feels naked. Now, it's possible that it feels naked to me because I've always had the guitar strap. It's a beautiful bag, and this would be great for a date night, but I just think there is something about adding that little detail of this. It just looks naked to me without a guitar strap. Another con about this bag is honestly the uncertainty. Is it classic? Is it a bag that will stand the test of time? Is it worth putting your money into this, and will you be able to wear it in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? There is a lot of uncertainty about this bag. This was a very, very popular bag many, many years ago. I remember lusting over it many, many years ago and really, really wanting it. And then it basically fell off the face of the earth, and it was recently relaunched. Well, I say recently, it has been a few years at this point, and now it is considered one of Dior's classic styles. With that said, I wouldn't necessarily say it is a classic style when you compare it to something like a Chanel flap or a Louis Vuitton Neverfull or something like that. It is definitely a like trend and classic style and look combined, in my opinion. It also comes in canvas. It comes in multiple different colors of leathers. The color options change all the time. This is more of like a blushy nude color. Right now, they have a beautiful taupe color that is stunning. I will say I love the hardware. This is one of my favorite bags when it comes to hardware. This like vintage kind of brushed gold is my favorite. I wish all handbags came with hardware just like this. Like most handbags, it has one of those very unpractical back pockets. It's just really, really stiff and really, really tiny. And I worry that it would mess up the leather of the back of the bag if you actually used it. My biggest pro about this bag is honestly just the overall look of it. It is striking, it is very unique, and basically it's a piece of art. It is one of those pieces, those handbags that you wear because of just almost like the status of it. That is part of the reason why I got it. Not that this necessarily adds any sort of status, but it is one of those very unique, totally not functional handbags that you buy strictly because of what it symbolizes. As with all luxury handbags, you are largely paying for the name and largely paying for that logo. In this case, you are really, really paying for the overall kind of artistic look of the bag. It's not a very functional bag. It doesn't fit a lot, even though it definitely adds a little something to every outfit whenever I do wear it. It's not a functional bag. So in my opinion, if I were looking at the everyday person in the everyday world looking for an everyday handbag, I unfortunately am gonna have to say, save your money on this one. It's not really practical. Now, I bought it because I kind of consider myself a handbag collector. I really, really wanna have a variety of handbags that I personally feel I love and would use and hope to have in my collection for many, many years to come. When this was relaunched, I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I just had to add it to my collection. I'm so glad that I did, but I definitely feel save your money on this one. It is not for the everyday person at all. We can't talk luxury handbags without mentioning this Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So I have it in the MM size, and then I have two different prints in the GM size. I want to talk about the bag in general. I'm not necessarily here to talk about the two different sizes. I do have a video comparing the two different sizes if you want to check that out and you're not sure which particular size is right for you. This bag is talked about a ton in the luxury community. A lot of people like to consider this handbag basic. I would love to know the thought process behind that. I do not truly understand it at all. Why is this considered basic? Because everybody has it. Why does everybody have it? Because it's so practical, you guys. It is the perfect everyday handbag that you can use for every day. You could use it for work, you could use it for travel, you could use it as a diaper bag and a handbag combo. A classic tote, in my opinion, is a must in any handbag collection, just because it'll be one of those grab and go bags that you reach for on a daily basis. Do I necessarily think a tote bag is the cutest handbag available on the market? Absolutely not. Do I think it's the most functional and something that you will use the most and be so glad that you have in your collection? Absolutely, and I really, really do think that the Neverfull is one of the best available in the luxury space. I also really like the price point of this one. The MM size retails for $1,540 and the GM size is just a little bit more. I really don't think that the size difference really affects the price much. You really get the size you want at this price point. An extra $100 or so isn't gonna make a difference. It does come with a smaller little pouch, which I personally use all the time. It is the perfect grab and take to the grocery store or take to the gym, or days where you just don't feel like carrying a handbag. So that tote or that little pouch comes in handy a ton for me personally. But I also know that that is not a reason why people buy the Neverfull. People don't buy the Neverfull for that pouch. They really are looking for something practical, something they can use on a daily basis. There are two cons that I want to go ahead and bring up in regards to this bag. First is actually not even a con for me personally, but I know a lot of you guys mentioned this out there, so I wanted to mention that in this video, and it is the fact that there is no zipper closure on the top. Everything is exposed, so keep that in mind when you set your bag down. People can see inside your bag what you have. That's not typically a problem for me because I do use a pouch system, so everything within my bag is contained within a pouch, so it's never been a problem for me. I also like the fact that if there's something that I need out of my bag, I don't have to really fuss with my bag. I can just reach my arm in, grab the item that I need, pull it out, and it's just easy peasy. The other con that I want to mention, which I do think is a con in general for this bag, is how heavy the straps can get when you overload this bag. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying on a regular basis, if you just have your essentials in here and you're just carrying your bag on a regular basis, the straps are completely fine. When you are using it for a diaper bag or a school bag or teacher bag, or you're using it for travel, these straps can get a little bit heavy. With that said, I think that's pretty common for any handbag, but I think because of the fact that the straps are a little bit thinner, it can dig into your shoulder a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily say that is a reason to not purchase the handbag, but just keep that in mind whenever you are carrying it. The more that you overload it, the more that the straps are gonna get heavy. I wouldn't worry about the straps not being able to hold the load of whatever you put in this handbag. Surprisingly, these straps are very, very hardy, very, very strong, and can pretty much handle anything that you put inside these bags. So when it comes to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, I definitely say splurge on this one. It is practical, it is easy, and it is one of those bags that you will reach for a ton. If you're still not sure about what size to grab, like I said, make sure to watch the video that I have comparing the different sizes. Next Next up is the YSL Nikki bag. This is a size medium. I actually have 2 of them because I love it so much. I really personally don't feel like this bag gets enough love in the luxury space or just in general for a luxury handbag. This is personally one of my favorite everyday bags. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the pros first. I will talk about a couple of the cons, but first up, size-wise, it really is perfect. If you're in love with the Pochette Métis, but you just wish it had a little bit more room, this is the bag for you. Now, I know that you're seeing it here in a suede. I personally consider suede more of a seasonal leather, like a seasonal option, but keep in mind, it comes in a ton of different leathers. It also comes in different cloths and natural materials as well. So if this is not your color or your vibe, trust me, there is one out there for you. But size-wise, it really is amazing. You've got this larger compartment in the front, perfect for keys and phone and all of your like must grab and like high traffic items, I guess you could say. And then this larger pouch or larger pocket in the back is perfect for a full-size wallet and all of your other essentials. And then you do have another zip pouch there in the back, or zip pocket there in the back. You also have a slip pocket here too. I really don't use that one. I do have a what's in my bag sharing this bag and what fits inside. I think that one's on Instagram. It's like a little Instagram Reels or something like that. Everything fits inside. All of my everyday essentials fit in here. So even though it appears to be a smaller bag, it actually is a full-size bag and fits all of my full-size items in here, no problem. It also has a practical, useful back pocket, which is nice, with, I don't know why I like that feature so much. I don't know why. I know it's like the silliest thing, just a little magnetic closure, but I love that feature of this bag. I like to compare this one to my Pochette Métis, but also my Chanel Jumbo Flap. I know I don't know, I just feel like this is a very, very casual version of a like Chanel Jumbo Flap, but also a larger version of a Pochette Métis. So I feel like it's like, if the Chanel Jumbo and the Pochette Métis had a baby, it would be this one. Like, is that not the perfect thing to compare it to? I also really, really like the adjustability of the strap and how easy it is to go from one or the other. It is long enough to do crossbody. Keep in mind, it is a bigger bag, so if you are really, really petite, it might look a little bulky on you. I wear it like that only out of necessity. I really, really prefer it doubled up just like this. It is such a practical bag, you guys. My only con about this particular bag is I do wish that it came in hardier leather. So let me explain. So this is obviously a suede you have to take care of, which by the way, I've had a lot of you guys ask how my suede is holding up. You can definitely see some wear in the corners. I'll try to give you guys some close-ups. Is it bad? Absolutely not, but it is definitely there and something that you notice. And I would definitely say probably in a couple of years, it might be something that I want to take and have professionally cleaned and you know, redone. You do have to maintain suede a lot. My leather version of this is in a very soft leather as well. That one is also a leather that you really need to be careful careful with, because it's, I would guess I would compare it to like a lambskin. It's really, really soft and just one of those leathers that you need to be a lot more gentle with. All of the fabrics and leather materials that I see this particular bag available in, they appear to be softer leathers, more delicate suedes or natural canvases and things like that. Now, I'm not saying every single one of them, but the majority that I see out there, they are a little bit more high maintenance materials. They do have the crackled version of this, which I do feel would do a really, really good job in hiding any blemishes or any marks that the bag gets, because that crackle material is already damaged basically. But I do wish that this did come in maybe like Saffiano options or like pebbled options, because I just think those leathers are a little bit more user everyday friendly. With that said, I still highly recommend this bag, and I definitely 1000% would put this on the splurge worthy category. Price wise, this one retails for around $2,400 to $2,600. It really just depends on the material that you get it in. I personally feel like that is a really, really good deal for an all leather bag and an everyday size bag, and something that has beautiful hardware and is so practical and adjustable. If you really love a shoulder style bag, something a little bit more classic, but you struggle with finding something that was the right size that still kind of had this modern and classic look, I really recommend this one. This, like I said, 100,000% this one is splurge worthy. I'll link some options down below for you guys. Next up is the Celine belt bag. I personally have it in the micro size, but it does come in a ton of different sizes, larger and smaller than this one. I get asked about this one all the time because it is one of those bags that you really can't even tell if it is designer or not. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's a classic silhouette. Yes, there's something very, very unique about it, but is it expensive? Is it not expensive? And if it is expensive, why buy this one when nobody can tell it's expensive, right? Here are my thoughts. I definitely have some pros and I also have some cons. So let's go ahead and dive in to let's do the pros of this one first. One, the unique look of it. It is, again, unique, very similar to the Christian Dior, where it's one of those bags where people notice it. If you love handbags, you notice this bag. This, I will say, is my most complimented handbag. When I wear this one out in public, people will literally stop me. They will literally stop me to compliment this bag. Whether it's that bag is so beautiful, where did you get it? Or, oh my goodness, I love that Celine bag. It gets a ton of compliments. We've got a back pocket here. Again, I really don't use this one that much. However, this one is more practical than some of the other ones available on the market. You've got this belt detail, which is why the bag is called belt. And the opening is a little bit cumbersome, I will be honest. We'll go into that in just a bit, but it opens up to this really nice size. Now keep in mind, mine is the micro size, so if you want something a little bit bigger, they have that as well. But even this size is a really beautiful size, and I can fit all of my essentials in this one as well. It also does come with a longer strap. So not only do you have this top handle option, which is really chic and elegant in my opinion, but you also have this longer strap option that you can carry it on the shoulder long or of course crossbody. Keep in mind, this strap is not adjustable. I am 5'2" and I'm completely happy with the length of the strap. If you are a lot shorter than me or a lot taller than me, it might affect the capabilities of how you can wear it. So if you're a lot taller than me, you may not be able to wear this one crossbody, and if you're a lot shorter than me, the longer strap option may not work for you, let's say longer on the shoulder. Continuing with the pros, it is definitely one of my most beautiful bags. I feel like it can be casual, it can be dressy, it can be professional. So not only could you wear this for a date night, or you could wear it to the office, especially since it's understated, but I also wear this one extremely casual as well. So with that said, I love the fact that you've got so much versatility with this bag. It's a great size. It really could be an everyday bag if you'd like. There are two cons that I do want to mention. First would be the fact that the strap is not adjustable. Really, you get what you get. Either it works for you or it doesn't. That's not necessarily a con for me, but I just want to mention that the fact that you don't have any adjustability with the longer strap can definitely be a con for some of you out there. And the biggest con of this bag is getting in and out of it. I don't particularly love the way that you close this bag. I still have the stickers on this one, by the way, but basically you have this flap, this little knobby goes into this groove right here. So you have to bring it underneath the belt, bring it below that, make it find the groove, and then it goes up, and now it is attached right there to the little groove. That is how you open it. That is how you close it. Is it the worst closing in the world? Absolutely not, but it is definitely one of those bags that if you are all about simplicity, if you are used to something like a Neverfull tote, being able to grab and go, this might be really cumbersome for you. To open the bag, you'll grab it, pull it down just a little bit until it releases from there, It is magnetic as well, and then you'll open it, and then of course from there you can get into the bag. I will say most of the time I will leave the flap opening for just kind of quick things. You can carry it with the flap open and it looks just like that, but I wouldn't say it is one of those things that you just want to leave it open all the time. You want to make sure to close it. Obviously, once you have your items in there, it does add a little bit more weight, so getting, you know, to the little closure is a little bit easier. But just in general, I will say the opening is not the most practical. That is actually one of the reasons why I hesitated and took so long to get this bag and add this bag to my collection. With that said, I'm really, really glad that I did. It is very classic. It is very understated. If you enjoy luxury handbags, but you're wanting something that isn't so in your face logo-y, this is the perfect handbag to add to your collection. It is classic. It's not going out of style anytime soon. This is one of those bags that you'll be able to carry in 5 years, and the look and the style and the vibe of it is still gonna be that understated, classic, elegant handbag that you love from day one. So this particular size retails for $2,400, which I also think is a really, really good value for, again, an all other bag. You've got a top handle, you've got a longer strap, you've got this beautiful, elegant silhouette, and it's a really, really good size. But is it splurge worthy, or should you save your money? So I'm kind of not all the way on one side, but here is my thought process with this bag. Is it splurge worthy? Yes, but if you can find this one on the pre-loved market, I recommend you do. Now, if you're looking for a particular leather or in a particular color, then I do think this one is worth purchasing the bag full price. But if you can find one on the pre-loved market at a really, really good deal and is in really, really good condition, I would recommend saving your money on this one if you could. Unfortunately, the Celine handbags don't keep their value as much, so a lot of times you can find an almost brand new Celine and save a ton of money on them. So I would say I'm like 80-90% splurge on this one, but if you can find it pre-loved, I will link this one available in a few different options down below in the info box if you want to check it out. I definitely think it is worth adding to your collection, especially if you've had it on your wish list, but if you can find it on the pre-loved market, I definitely recommend you do. So that is it for today's save or splurge video. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below what handbags you want me to talk about in my next save or splurge video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Amanda. It is so nice to meet you. I do a lot of handbag luxury videos, but I also do fashion, beauty, and lifestyle here. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and stick around for the next one. Before you head out, make sure to watch one of these, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.